Hello everyone. Today's not usually a day that I stream on, but because the cinematic came out today, and I really didn't want to watch it, I've decided that I will watch it, but only if it's with you guys. Usually, I do cinematics on my own time, and sit down through it, watch it, and edit it as I record. So like usually when it comes to my work process is I do the intro before I even watch it. So I do the intro before I have like any change of minds, and then I watch the video, like do the reaction, and then the third part of the video when I do the explanation, that is already after I already finished the intro and the cinematic. This time I feel like there's no reason to do that, because I think we've discussed this many times, and we're kind of aware of everything that is happening in the cinematic currently because we have already gone through the visual novel. If you're not aware of the fact that I absolutely despise it and I've been going through like the 5 stages of grief for the past 5 days, then now you do. I literally, every time I would think about it, I would start crying. It really affected me a lot because I'm like beyond disappointed. Like I said before, I feel betrayed because everything that I've put my time into for the past 10 years has pretty much been retconned for the sake of profit. So a lot of people might say that it's like not a big deal. Some even might say that it's not the end of the world, but unfortunately it kinda is, because the entirety of the Shadow Isle region has been retconned. None of the Shadow Isle characters took part in this event when this was pretty much their event. Like, I could give a fuck about the Sentinels of Light. I really don't give a fuck about them. Care about Senna, I don't care about Lucian, I care about the Shadow Isle characters. And this event, that was supposed to be about the Shadow Isle characters, didn't have any of them. This was their story, and they all were robbed. Because shiny other characters that got the attention in their stead were more popular. So the reason why this is like such a big deal to me, and probably many others, is because this event has been hinted at us for 9 years. I don't know if you know, but 𝗬𝗂𝗽𝗪𝗓 and the item, Bork, Blade of the Ruined King, that came out in like 2014. Like, let that sink in for a second. Like, we've been waiting for this event for 9 years, and this is what we've received. And as someone who joined the game in 2016 with 𝗬𝘀𝗽𝗪𝗓's new update, and who's been following this entire thing for like years, it was all common sense that this is what the event is going to be about. This is why I was so excited about the Ruined King game. But based on the visual novel, clearly none of the management had ever opened their own universe page, and none of them read any of the stories, and clearly none of them really give a fuck because they just wanted to ship a product that they thought was good. But clearly they are not as passionate as the fan base. And if you, as the creator, not as passionate about this as the fan base, that is pretty much the end of the world. Like, there's nothing else for me to say. You have ruined several characters by like completely destroying them and their behavior and making a joke out of them. And at the same time, you have retconned an entire region, which is the Shadow Isles. And on top of that, like, I think like the worst abomination in all of this was probably Thresh, and the fact that now Unbound Thresh is canon. And I will make a video about all of this. The reason why I need to watch this video is because I need the last bit of information to make a massive video on everything that was a problem in this event. And I am also going to be writing an open letter to Riot about this subject, because the lack of integrity hurts to the, like, I don't even know how to describe it. So like I have a lot of feelings. I'm in a glass case of emotion, and I really need to get everything I have out of myself, and I will right after, like, I'll finish watching the video. I'm not feeling very well today, I will be honest. I've been, besides me having like a depression episode because of Shadow Isles and my boy 𝗬𝘀𝗧𝗏, who had died, at least to me, I've been having really bad nausea. So hopefully I'm not gonna vomit. There's that. Oh, hey, 𝗬𝘂𝗽𝗏. So yeah, without further ado, I want to say that it's like ripping a band-aid. Like, watching it would be like ripping a band-aid. But I feel like it's hard. Like, I can't, like, it's really hard for me to just like click on it and like play it, because I don't know how I'm gonna handle it. I don't want to fucking cry again on stream. I really don't. Like, I know, like, for some people it's just like, oh yes, great content, look at her getting emotional. But like, you know, there's some dignity I want to keep. I mean, there's nothing in the cinematic that we don't already know. Right, so like, I already know the story. I have already done my crying, and I would probably keep crying afterwards. At least until I'll be done with the full video, after I'll be done with this thing. There's stuff to like in it. There's stuff to like. Alright. 𝗬𝘀𝗽𝗏, the Shepherd of Souls, I'm gonna mute you. And let's hop into this mess, huh? I'm really early, Oh man. Oh man. I need to drink water. I'm not doing this for the sake of suspense. I'm really nauseous and I don't want to vomit. I don't want this to make me feel even worse. Alright. I hate it here. I genuinely hate it. I really do. I've been already trying to plan what other games I'm going to play. I can't accept the fact that like my favorite world is ruined. No pun intended. Alright, let's go. And go.
All this in the name of love. All the sacrifices that were made. All the lives forever changed. You have driven good men mad. And madmen good. No atrocity is beyond your reach.
Not him turning like a cigar.
Me. So predictable.
Gwen, now!
Action comes in. Oh, that's like the end of the visual novel. Okay, I see.
No!
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Persuaded.
Wow, they did a really good job with this. Oh wow, not him just dragging her. Yikes. That's dark. Oh, at least we're gonna see 𝗵𝗵𝘱. Ew. No, don't do that, dude.
No!
Yikers.
Show them no pity. Parasite. Don't nobody here own a shirt? Well, I didn't mean you.
Facts. Facts, though. Facts. Oh, Diego. Poor baby.
Viego, your black and broken heart has destroyed everything. You turned our season of love into an eternity of bitterness and madness. All this death, all this ruination. And
Wow. That looks
for what?
beautiful.
This obsession?
I love her accent.
I loved you until my final breath. Why wasn't that enough? Our tragedy should have died with me.
Wait a minute. Now I remembered. This is where 𝗬𝘀𝗻𝘃's supposed to be in. He wasn't fighting alongside them in the first place. I wish I could care. I wish. Yay. You know, I think like the weirdest part about all of this is like the fact that action kills 𝗬𝘀𝗧𝗏. So like now Senna and Gwen are revived, but technically 𝗬𝘀𝗽𝗀's supposed to be revived as well, because 𝗬𝘀𝗏 was the one who killed him. So like he's not supposed to be he's not supposed to have that black heart, you know? On top of that, when he ruined the champions in the visual novel, he literally drew his sword through their heart. Like, Miss Fortune really literally like just turned her back to him and he just ran her through. How are you still alive after being unruined? Besides Graves asking why is nobody wearing a shirt around there, I don't think, like, and like the nice cinematic action looked great. They didn't show Diana in there. Like, where's Diana? Where's Rengar? Where's Pyke? Oh my god! Where are they? Where is everyone? Yeah, Riven, Irelia, like, where are they? And then somebody's gonna say something along the lines of like, well, you know, we couldn't put everyone in there. Why was like a ruined Pantheon the only champion we just saw? Where's the rest of the ruined champions? I just don't understand all the choices that it's like, again, like zero miscommunication. I mean, sorry, zero communication. Okay? Every team just did their own thing. The management looked at it and was like, yeah, now? Yeah, that's it. That's legit. Also, like, I think the worst part about all of this is that the maiden was supposed to be there with Senna and Gwen. The little, like, a speck of Yorick's lore didn't even show in the cinematic. Yorick last minute addition? Yorick was a last minute addition. He really was. Alex, thank you so much. Riot has the money and employees. They could have put more champions in it, and they could have better coordinated. I think that it's not even that. It's the fact that it's not the workers' fault. It's not the writers. It's not the animators. It's not the music producers. It's not on them. It's solely the management. that had poorly directed all of this. Like I said, none of them cared to open the lore. This entire event was supposed to be about the Shadow Isles. When you have champions that mention the Shadow Isles, that mention the Ruined King, that have interaction with 𝗏, you know, the item, Blade of the Ruined King, and you don't put them in here solely because they're not as popular, because obviously you chose these champions based on popularity and money making, and like 𝗏𝘵 can tell us that that's not their choice. All he wants. But if you go onto his Reddit and read everything that he had said for the past month, all he does is just contradict himself. So anything that man says is bullshit. There is no honesty, there is no transparency. Everybody's just trying to cover their own ass, and nobody can really talk about it. None of the actual workers can really talk about this because of NDA reasons. Like, what can they say, you know? Even the League of Legends partners, guys, like all the people that you know, all the content creators that are League partners, or Riot partners, they can't say shit. They can't. Imagine waiting for this for 9 years, for fuck's sakes. Waiting for this for 9 fucking years. We've been waiting for this for 9 years. And they just retconned everything. Yeah. That's what they always do, though? That's not true. That's not what they always do. Spirit Blossom was great. The Bilgewater event was great. All the stories since 2014, because that's when the short stories started. In 2014, that's when we started getting short stories. Since 2014 up until now, we had no issues with short stories. Besides Seraphine, but she doesn't count because she's a fucking NPC. Like, she's not a real champion, she's not a real character, like, none of it. Nothing about her is, like, canon. That was the marketing champion. So no, everything was fine. Everything was great. We already had, like, the champions that we knew about, they already had a story, they had a plot. And none of them got their ending right now. Like, none of them. 𝗷𝘀𝘃 was sharing, like, 𝗷𝘀𝘃 was sharing his blessed water with the Sentinels of Light. Why was he sharing his water with the Sentinels of Light if that is literally the only thing that keeps him alive? He wasn't willing to give it to, like, a human back in the day because he knew that that was the only thing that kept him alive. His whole purpose was to strike the Ruined King and kill him. He needed the water of life so the maiden will not turn on him. The maiden is not someone that you can just rationalize with. So having a little tea party with Gwen and Senna for like 5 minutes is not what's going to change the fucking maiden to not kill 𝗷𝘀𝘃 and drag him to Viego alongside with everybody else. So it's like, Retconning after retconning after retconning after retconning, like one after another. All of them were just like straight up like destroyed. Pantheon was taken over by Viego. Why? How? Pike and Rengar being comedic reliefs. Rengar claiming that he's the worst predator that he had ever fought against was an elk. We have completely destroyed the existence of Kha'Zix. Like, he never existed to begin with. Pike, who is extremely cunning. Like, and smart and intelligent, and like works his way around all that shit. He's not in there. None of the Shadow Isle characters were there. Also, like, why mentioning Vlad if you're never going to show him in there? He's the uncle. He could have told us some things. He could have actually probably narrated this entire story, maybe. Instead of giving us a rookie that you never even sacrificed in the first place. Kalista never got her vengeance. Kalista never received her vengeance. We never got to see Ledros. Thresh, it doesn't mind being in a flesh suit, which he had mentioned before that he doesn't want to have anything to do with. Hecarim is not here. He was mentioned in a short story, killing people in Demacia, but that's about it. That's all they gave him when he was literally the one who led Viego's armies. And he was like his main advisor, and he was the one who caused Viego to lose his fucking mind. Maokai, who have claimed that he will fight for every pebble and grass. Maokai, the one who created the Blessed Isles, for fuck's sakes, he had created it, he had allowed humans into it, and he was corrupted with it, and he had drank the water, and he wanted to save the fucking place that he had created. All of his children are on that land, but we're not gonna talk about it because his fucking play rate is not good enough as fucking veins. Like, fuck you! Just fuck you! Really? Like, oh my god. Why? Why do this entire event when you know that the game is not out yet? What is the point of playing the game now that you have ruined this entire thing? Why make a worldwide cataclysm event if you don't even care to read the story or the characters that you want to incorporate into the story? Dude, I didn't invest all my money into Riot shit because you have a superb game. With a very supportive player base and community. The highest quality of people you have in your company, in your fan base, are the niches. The art niches, the lore niches. Everything else is just like toxic human waste, and you're willing to invest into that side of your community and completely and just say a big fat fuck you to all of us who actually care about all of this, not just your stupid ass fucking map game. We care about all of it. And you don't care to make this shit, to sell event passes and make money off of skins. 𝗵𝘳𝗃 wasn't even supposed to be here, dude. What was the point of 𝗵𝘳𝗃? Oh, she was the one who, like, helped him to, like, increase his power? Shut the fuck up! No! No! In the visual novel, she literally didn't even need him. She made her own portal and moved everyone back and left everybody who was ruined on the Shadow Isles. Like, how did Misfortune get back? How did Pantheon get back? How did Draven get back? How did they all go back to their lands? What was the point of this event? If you don't care about the lore, why? Why make a lore event? Why secretly go into characters' bios and changing shit around to make things try and make a little bit more sense? Fuck off. That is such bullshit. We're nothing but money bags. All you see in me is a wallet. That's it. That's all I am. A walking wallet. They just want my money. Because there's only like maybe 800,000 of us lore lovers. 800,000. That's not enough. You can't just throw us some crumbs. Show a little bit of appreciation. Just a little bit, just a bit. A little bit of appreciation. Or just don't shit in the bucket we drink from. You could have done anything. But you were like, no, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take this bucket and we're gonna shit in it. Yeah. This is what we're gonna give it to everyone. I need a Riot spokesperson. I need someone from Riot to come out and say, this was not canon. You know, they know how to manipulate their words. They know how to like make it sound like it makes sense. Like that's how they meant it to be from the first place. You know how to use your words, okay? So use your pretty words to fix this and say that this is not canon. This was not a Shadow Isles event, and that we will receive a Shadow Isles event eventually. And all of this was happening before anything happened, or this was happening in a different universe within the world of Runeterra, just like all previous events. And we're good. And then we don't need to feel this way. We don't have to feel like we were used and that we were betrayed. Because I didn't gain any joy from playing norms or ranked games. Norms and ranked games do not spark joy in people. The only reason people are playing MOBAs is because they're literally addicted. They want to hear that little coin sound when every time that they last hit a minion. They want to win the game, and even when they win the game, they're not satisfied. They'll never be satisfied. Ever. Nobody gives a fuck about this game. People are just simply addicted to it. But those of us who do care about it and purchase your actual physical copies and try to invest into this game as much as we can because we don't give a fuck about your skins and the rest of that shit. You don't care. I've invested thousands of dollars into this company just because I like lore. Just for the lore alone. The only reason I play this game is because we like to joke around about it on stream. That is it. Was it better if the Ruined King game first than this event? I think so, yes. Because then maybe they would have had more time to choose the proper management to work on this event. And not just try to rush through it and speedrun the fuck out of it with characters that have nothing to do with it. What was the point in putting all these random Sentinels that we've never heard about? Yes, it's a really cool concept, but like, we're not here for them. You could have used Caitlyn and 𝗬𝘂𝗽𝗏 instead of Ada and that other shit bitch, like I don't remember her fucking name. That's how irrelevant she was. Or the dude at the beginning. That could have been Illaoi, who had like spoken to them and was like, hey yo, what's up? Yeah, so there's this like the Sentinel thing and I'm here with my boy, who's also like a 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 If Ruined King is a prequel, why is Spike in the Ruined with MF and he didn't remember her name? He didn't remember anything. Pike literally didn't remember anything. He was a blabbering idiot. Which is not Pike. I simp Pike! He's got the best fucking voiceover and the best fucking lines in the game. He sounds incredible! Everything about him is like menacing and like dark and edgy. But no! You just made him into a blabbering idiot who talks about lists like he's some fucking bouncer in fucking California. Like, what? And Rangar was being treated like a cat? Speaking in third person and not aware of the 𝗂𝗪𝙧𝗫𝗍𝗂, his nemesis? No! The characters that you chose never did anything, and I'm not a, like, and again, I'm so not for this fucking vain redemption arc. The fact that this bitch looked at Rangar and was like, oh yes, big kitty, that's dope. And then looked at Unbound Thresh and was like, oh my god. I guess I don't kill monsters on sight anymore. Not if they have abs. She didn't even, like... She didn't think twice when she murdered her surrogate mother in cold blood. She didn't let her finish speaking before she just impaled her with an arrow and smiled. And now you're going to act like all of that is irrelevant. And that now she doesn't have shit tons of just piled up childhood trauma because she made friends with Senna. What? What? In all of her interactions with Diana in-game, she's a fucking cunt. But in-game, she's like, oh, moon goddess, bitch, shut the fuck up! No! No! And on top of that, you're using magic! You're a Demacian who's using magic! Stop! Oh god, I can't. 𝗬𝘀𝗻𝘂𝗽𝗍, thank you so much. The screwed over the devs of The Ruined King. Imagine working on the story of a game you loved, only for it to be a retcon before it even came out. Straight up. I honestly feel so bad for like every single writer that was forced to write this, because they were forced to write this. They were forced to agree with this mess because they had no say in it. They probably had an ultimatum. If it was up to me, if like I was there and I was forced to write this, I would have probably quit. I'd be like, nah, fuck this shit. It was or that or having enough internal power to think of a plan to overpower the directors and become a director myself so I could fix this fucking mess, because no one who doesn't give a fuck about the lore should be fucking with the lore. Anyway, I will be making a full video on all of this and stating, basically going over all the issues that were in this event. So expect that to happen. I needed to watch this video so I could have like the little bit of information that I would maybe like that it had that I could add into the text. And for those of you who are bitching because I'm mad, fuck off, okay? Don't come into my house and piss on my fucking carpet, or I'll shove your face into it, like the fucking dog that you are, alright? I will be writing an open letter, and I won't shut the fuck up about it. Not until I am finally okay with all of this dying and moving on to a different game in the future. So yes. Now I'm going back to being sick, because that's what I am right now, and I need to rest and keep writing in my bed. So thanks everyone for joining in and morally supporting me, morally and mentally supporting me with this shit. I'll be going ham in the upcoming video, so expect that to happen. And in the open letter, I hope I'll have enough support to maybe be able to make a change. Because honestly, the only people who can make a change right now is us. All of us here who are watching this, who are hurt by the fact that we have literally wasted 9 years of our lives, and want to take a stance against it, maybe we'll be able to make a change. Probably not for this, because this is an already settled mess. The only thing that they can do for this is tell us that this is not canon, and then that they will promise us to make something else. But that's about it. Yeah. Fight the power, yeah, pretty much. Let's turn on some beautiful, beautiful Yorick tunes for all of us. Make a petition. Probably. I'll finish making the video. I'll make the open letter. To call them out on all of their bullshit. And then probably we can make a petition. That would probably be a really good solution. But again, like, what's sad about this is, like, I feel like I'll be putting all this effort and energy into something, and I know that they just don't give a fuck. That's like the worst. That's the worst feeling about all of it. But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for joining in. I'll see you over the weekend, and hopefully I'll be able to finish the video until this weekend. So yeah. See you guys. Bye bye.